I knew all our taxes had been paid, and I knew our water bill had just been paid.
Still, Sue Dufek had a moment of panic when she opened this letter from her mortgage holder, Wells Fargo.
Past due property charges.
That's right, which I knew. I mean, it just shot through me because that is not our style. I mean, everything is paid.
But there were the words, outstanding property charges, on a letter with her name and account number.
I thought we were the only ones. I really thought that this had just come to us.
But when she went to City Hall with her concerns about the letter, she quickly discovered she wasn't alone.
The South Milwaukee Treasurer's Office told her that more than a half dozen homeowners had already called about the same letter. It happened in Milwaukee, too, and also Wauwatosa, where the city posted this alert on its website.
This is a huge mistake on somebody's part.
Somebody at Wells Fargo. In a statement to WISN 12 News, the company admitted its error and apologized, saying approximately 3,300 customers were incorrectly notified that their real estate taxes were delinquent. We're in the process of reaching out to these customers. But a spokesman declined to say exactly how the mistake occurred, leaving Sue Dufek with questions.
Yes. I'm hoping somebody gets to the bottom of this.
Now, the company tells me that the bad letters only went to Wells Fargo customers in 2 counties, Milwaukee County and Dunn County in northwestern Wisconsin. If you got one of the letters and you have questions, we have a number on your screen and on our website for you to contact Wells Fargo directly.
The wounds in her head is unbearable to look at. It's sad.
A tearful plea from a Milwaukee mother. An off-duty correctional officer is accused of shooting her daughter in the head. It happened after an argument at Onyx, a nightclub located at 31st and Villard. Tonight, the owners have voluntarily suspended their alcohol and entertainment license. WISN 12 News' Terry Sater is live at Froedtert Hospital tonight, where the victim remains partially paralyzed.
And Kathy, Fantasia Harris has been here in the hospital since she was shot in the head outside Onyx nightclub on October 16th. The DA has charged the off-duty correctional officer with first-degree reckless injury in the case, but the victim's mother wants more serious charges.
Fantasia just cried.
Kimberly Hughes held her granddaughter in her arms while the child's mother, Fantasia Harris, is still in the hospital trying to recover from a gunshot wound to her head.
The wounds in her head is unbearable to look at.
Count 1, first-degree reckless injury.
22-year-old correctional officer Lily Jones has pleaded not guilty in the case. Jones is accused of arguing with Harris inside Onyx nightclub and taking the fight outside. Harris was shot while sitting in her car.
She tried to kill my daughter, and I want her to get charged with attempted murder.
In the criminal complaint, investigators say Jones told them she did not shoot, even though she admits having a gun that night, that someone else must have shot. Jones' gun has not been found. She works at Tachita Correctional Institution in Fond du Lac.
It's sad because her left side, she can't move it at all. She's in a lot of pain. She's angry. She cries a lot. She said, "Mom, why did this happen to me?"
The DA says there isn't enough evidence to prove that Jones pulled the trigger with intent to kill. It's unclear how long Fantasia will be here in the hospital. Meantime, the off-duty correctional officer is out of jail on $10,000 bond. Live in Wauwatosa, Terry Sater, WISN 12 News.
Thanks, Terry. And again, we mentioned it. Onyx nightclub voluntarily surrendered its license today following the shooting. The Common Council president says the bar has had some challenges, which have been a problem for residents nearby. This is the third shooting related to the business this year. In February, a fight outside turned into a gun battle. Everyone survived. In January, a man was shot inside the club. He also survived.
A young woman is found murdered and hidden in a house on Milwaukee's east side. We've learned the victim is 23-year-old Kayla Bowski. A tip sent to Milwaukee police to the duplex near Arlington and Hamilton. Nick Bohr is there live with what we're learning about her and the suspect now in custody. Nick?
Right, Joyce, and that unit is boarded up here tonight. It's there with the light on in the porch. Police were specifically sent here to check on to see if the woman was all right. One of the residents let them in to search the place, and they found the body of 23-year-old Kayla Bowski hidden inside. It's not clear yet how she died, but we're told she wasn't shot. Bowski has a prior conviction for prostitution, and sources tell 12 News that may be what brought her here to the house yesterday. A detective on scene told us someone who knew she was here became worried and called police.
Information sent us to that location, and once at that location we made contact with an occupant, and once inside talking to the occupant, we were led and we found a body inside the residence.
That person willingly let you inside?
Yes.
And that person showed you where the body was, or you found the body?
I'm not going to get into specifics on how we located the body.
Now, that person who was home was arrested, but on a drug charge not related to a homicide. We learned that a 22-year-old man, a believed roommate here, was arrested later in the morning and arrested on a suspicion of homicide. We're not naming him because he hasn't been charged yet. He has no criminal record. Reporting live here on the East Side, Nick Boer, WISN 12 News.
Thanks, Nick. Get the umbrellas handy. Rain is on the way, and it's going to stick around for a while. Chief Meteorologist Mark Baden is tracking the showers in the Weather Center. Mark.
And that umbrella better be the sturdy kind, because it's also going to get windy for tomorrow. It is not going to be a pleasant day. In the meantime, let's show you where the showers are right now. We're dry everywhere here in southeastern Wisconsin. It's going to take a while before we start to see some of that rain make it all the way down to the surface. So if you have some plans over the next couple of hours, you should be a-okay. If you've turned your porch lights on so you can rake up those leaves before the rain comes in, I think that's a good idea, actually. You can see the rain out to the west of us. It will get steadier and steadier as we head throughout the day tomorrow. But again, if you're heading out for this evening, by about 9 o'clock, a couple of showers in our western counties that spreads over the rest of southeastern Wisconsin. Kathy mentioned it's going to last quite a while. Let you know how long this will continue, how much rain we're going to get, and when our temperatures will turn right back around, coming up from Weather Watch 12.
Thank you, Mark. A UW-Madison student is behind bars tonight, accused in more than 24 sex-related crimes. Yesterday, 20-year-old Alec Cook was charged with 15 counts of sexual assault against one of his classmates. Since then, Madison police say dozens of women have come forward with information related to Cook. Prosecutors say more charges are coming.
Just how many people have just felt uncomfortable in Mr. Cook's presence. It's been disturbing.
Where were those assaults? When did they happen? We'll learn more down the road.
Search warrant documents reveal there was a journal seized from Cook's apartment with entries detailing what he wanted to do with women. Cook remains in jail tonight. He has been suspended from UW-Madison. He's due in court again later this week.
To commitment 2016 now, the race for president returns to Wisconsin. The children of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are campaigning in our state this week. Today, Chelsea Clinton made several stops, including Madison, La Crosse, and Stevens Point. The former first daughter met with voters and encouraged people to vote early. She also spoke about her mother's opponent, Donald Trump.
What I find far more troubling are the things that Donald Trump says about whole swaths of our country. I mean, kind of his demeaning remarks about women, about minorities, about Americans with disabilities, about our servicemen and women. That's far more upsetting to me than kind of whatever diatribe he's on a given day against my mom.
Donald Trump's son will campaign in Wisconsin tomorrow. Eric Trump will make stops at the Republican field offices in Bayside and Waukesha. Trump's daughter, Ivanka, visited the state last week, and Trump Jr. campaigned for his father earlier this month.
An impactful new public service announcement is making its debut on TV screens across Milwaukee. The goal showing the tragic impact of drug overdoses.
911.
I need an ambulance. My son's not breathing.
What's the address? 10731?
Yes, hurry.
The Drug Enforcement Agency put together the PSA to coincide with the rollout of a new online education program in schools nationwide. The 30-second spot uses audio from an actual 911 call. It's part of the DEA's Wake Up Milwaukee campaign.
After an exhaustive search, the Wisconsin State Fair Board has chosen a new leader, and they didn't have to look too far. Kathleen O'Leary has been named the new executive director. O'Leary stepped up as interim CEO back in May. She has worked at the fair for nearly 2 decades and says she's thrilled to begin this new chapter.
I believe wholeheartedly in the entity, not only in the 11-day annual Wisconsin State Fair, but I believe in the fair industry, and I believe in this entertainment destination venue that's active 48 weeks out of the year, and I couldn't be prouder to be at the helm.
And yes, O'Leary and her staff are already busy looking ahead to next year. The 2017 State Fair runs from August 3rd to August 13th, roughly 280 days away.
New tonight at 10, a huge parking garage closes ahead of the first Bucks game of the season. The impact on tomorrow's game and what the Bucks are telling 12 News tonight. Plus, when you fly, do you wonder if your bags made it with you? The airline now letting you track them in real time. That's tonight on WISN 12 News at 10.
He served his community for nearly a decade now. A Fond du Lac firefighter is taking on a new mission overseas. It's Lieutenant Sean Nealon's third deployment with the Wisconsin Air National Guard, but it's the first time he's had to leave a child behind. During a send-off ceremony today, his fellow firefighters reassured him that his family would be well taken care of.
It meant a lot. It shows that there's a lot of support in the community, and from my chief and my fellow employees. There's a lot of guys that came here on their off duty to wish me luck, so it shows that there's a lot of support still, even though these conflicts have been going on for about 15 years now.
Lieutenant has 2 more shifts at the fire department before he begins his military duty. Lots of hugs during that time, too. He'll be back next summer. Raw, windy, and nasty.
Mark, so you're saying tomorrow is not exactly the pick day of the forecast?
Not exactly.
May I guess? That's what you're saying.
There is some good news on the way, though. I'll let you know when our temperatures warm back to the 60s in Weather Watch 12.
Plus, caught on camera, a local foster family robbed what the group of teens took and why one of them returned to the home. Then.
How big of a Cubs fan are you?
I'd like to think I'm at the top of one of the top ones.
Twice in a lifetime, 71 years after the Chicago Cubs last went to the World Series. The prediction from one Cubs superfan getting ready to see his team play for the pennant for a second time.
Caught on camera, thieves stealing from children in a Milwaukee foster home.
As 12 News' Hillary Mintz reports, only on 12, the suspects took off with all the children's bikes.
Just before 10 p.m. on a typical Tuesday night, an open garage, and in walks 1, 2, then 3 teens. They quickly ride off with bikes, even a pink one.
They took 3 bikes and then they left, and then they were back 3 minutes later.
This time, 2 more bikes and a scooter, all belonging to kids who live in a foster home near 33rd and State.
We had 1 bike for each child. They just came in, grabbed and left. So they went for the low-hanging fruit.
Mark and Jessica Benzicaine had a burglar in the past, which is why they have security cameras. In this case, Mark says crews working on their basement forgot to shut the garage.
If you leave the opportunity open to them, someone will snag it. This bike was actually returned to us.
That bike was brought back here to the front porch and returned to the family. And that's when Jessica had a little chat with the young man who took it.
He said he was sorry, that he would do his best. He's a good kid who made a poor choice.
But stolen bikes outside has no effect on the good things going on inside the Benzicaine home.
You want milk on it or no?
A year ago when we talked to them, they were caring for 3 foster kids. It's now 7, plus their 2 biological children, for a total of 9 kids.
It's almost like having a slumber party in the house every night.
They've done major renovations, like adding 4 more bedrooms.
We have a shared bedroom in here.
Mark and Jessica uprooted their lives from rural Rhinelander to Milwaukee's Central City, all to make a difference.
And it's just one big fun family.
And something a few stolen bikes won't change. In Milwaukee, Hillary Mintz, WISN 12 News.
And you might remember we introduced you to the Benzicaines last year because they wanted to talk about the importance of fostering.
They are so giving, and they tell us they may soon be adopting all 7 foster kids in their home.
Yeah, so you got to have a heart. Everybody's got to have a heart.
Absolutely, in the conscience of that one kid who returned it. There's hope in that story, too.
Back.
Tonight is the night Cubs fans have been dreaming of for decades.
It's Game 1 of the World Series in Cleveland. One fan is looking forward to seeing his team play for the pennant for the second time. Jim Mowry was just 12 years old when he watched the Cubs' game in Game 7 of the World Series at Wrigley Field back in 1945. So 7 decades later, what's his prediction this time around?
I think the Cubs are going to win in 6. I wish they would win in 4, but I think they'll win in 6.
Right. By the way, his World Series ticket back in 1945, take a guess. It cost $1.50. Yeah. Come Friday to sit in the same section, a ticket will cost roughly $4,000.
Isn't that great that he knew to save the stub? I guess,
is
for a World Series you do, but I think about that. I'm like, I should have saved,
There are a lot of things you think about that.
Yeah.
I have my 82 World Series.
Do you see?
I've got
from,
that.
From St. Louis.
I've got 81,
All right. Well, it's a little chilly in Cleveland tonight, Mark.
It is a little chilly in Cleveland. Now, it would be nice if it was the Brewers in the World Series right now. We have a roof, even though it's 51 degrees here. It's 50 in Cleveland. They don't have a roof. Remember, it wasn't long ago we had to have Cleveland come play games here in Milwaukee because they had snow on the field. They do not have snow tonight, but it is cool. It will be clear for tonight. Temperatures falling back in the 40s. You can see 50 in Cleveland. In Chicago, of course, Wrigley Field. Yeah, there's no roof there either. They're lucky they're not playing there tonight, but especially tomorrow night where it will likely still be raining around the area. So again, it's cool, no doubt, but look at this warm air building here back out to the west. And we're going to see some of this nice warm air moving in. Now, in the meantime, though, we have to get through a crummy day tomorrow. There really isn't any way to sugarcoat it. Tomorrow is going to be pretty much awful. 51 degrees, dew point of 42. Feels like 51 with a south-southeasterly wind right now at 6 miles per hour. That wind is going to get blustery for tomorrow, and we are going to be going on the roller coaster. We're going to start out cold, get warm again on Saturday. It's not crazy to think we might get back to 70 degrees. Then we dip down a little bit on Sunday, back up to 64 degrees on Monday, and then down to 57 degrees on Tuesday. Not unusual to see the big changes this time of year. With all this rain coming, we're talking 1 inch or more. You want to clean out those sewer drains, please. If you have on your street and you know where the drains are, just make sure there aren't any leaves nearby so it actually can flow nicely. You want to clear your gutters out too if you have a chance to do so. Here's the timing of all that rain. Overnight, showers will be developing, temperatures in the 40s. The steadiest of rain is pretty much during the daylight hours for tomorrow. I don't think we're going to have a lot of dry hours in there, so just have a really sturdy umbrella because it's not only going to be raining, we're talking about winds coming out of the southeast at 15 to 25, gusting to even higher levels than that, and a few showers remain into tomorrow night. It doesn't look all that impressive when you see it on the Doppler 12 radar network, but it's just coming together right now. No rain in our area as of yet. This will gradually fill in as we head throughout the nighttime hours, and just overnight, we're going to be dealing with a couple of scattered showers, not the heaviest